Everyone, can you hear me? Hello? Naririnig ba ako?
Yes, naririnig
Hello
po.
everyone. Good evening. Good evening once again. So, for today, we will be just discussing problems regarding geometry and trigonometry. Practically assortment lang siya ng mga ng mga problems na pwede natin makita sa exam. Sobrang diverse ng geometry actually, which it actually encompasses so much. So, we have triangles. So, triangles, then we have quadrilaterals nyo. Then, ano pang iba? Hmm, you also have your circles. You also have your circles and then other polygons. And of course, the trigonometry itself. So, yun lang naman yung yun lang naman yung usually na napupunta sa under geometry. So, under triangles, uh, ang need nating i-note here is the area. Yung mga yung mga properties ng triangle and everything. So, example here is this problem. Mm, okay. Mm, mm, okay. First problem. A triangle has angles in the ratio 1:2:6. Find the degree measure of the largest angle. So, dito pa lang, minsan may mga tanong na ganito, involving ratio, pwedeng sa triangles, sa quadrilaterals, or kahit sa anong polygon. So, usually, kailangan na lang natin yung sum ng interior angles. So, by angle, pag sinabi ng mga angles, ang default niyan is interior angles. So, anong sum ng interior angles ng triangle? Ang interior angles sum up to 180 degrees. So, alam natin na yung angle natin, yung tatlong angles sa triangle, have sum 180 degrees. Now, since we have a ratio here, pwede nating we can assign some values dun sa degree measures ng angles na yan. So, you have x, 2x, and 6x degrees. So, what do we know? X plus 2x plus 6x, yan yung sum ng angles ng triangle natin, di ba? And that is equal to the sum of the interior angles, which is 180 degrees. So we have 9x equals 180 degrees. 9x degrees equals 180 degrees. And x equals 20. Now, we plug it in pabalik dun sa alam nating measures ng angles in terms of x. So the angles of the triangle will be 20 degrees, 40 degrees, and 60 degrees, and 120 degrees. 6 times 20 is 120. Okay, so x, 20 yon. 2x is 2 times 20, so 40 yon. 6x is 6 times 20, which is 120 degrees. Okay, so clear po ba to? Everyone? Okay naman tayo? Okay, let's continue. Another problem involving triangles ay kung feasible ba yung side lengths ng isang triangle. So, which of the following is A for next question. So, which of the following side lengths form a triangle? So, we have 4, 7, 11, 5, 5, 11, 2, 10, 12, and 3, 5, 7. Now, if hindi natin alam kung anong principle meron ng isang triangle, we would not be able to figure out kung anong sagot dito. But there's a well-known inequality that the sum of the two smallest sides is greater than the largest side. And yun yung gagamitin nating pang-check. Here, ang two smallest sides is 4 plus 7. And in contrast to 11, equal sila. So, hindi siya greater than. Doon naman tayo sa second choice. 5 plus 5 and 11. 5 plus 5 is 10, which is less than 11. Now, 2 plus 10, 12. Equal sila. And lastly, 3 plus 5 and 7. 3 plus 5 is 8. And it is greater than 7. So, ibig sabihin, the correct answer is letter D. 3, 5, 7. Is that clear? Alright. So, yun muna. So, anong alam natin so far? Recall lang tayo. 180 degrees ang sum ng angles ng isang triangle. Then, dapat ang two smallest sides ng isang triangle ay greater than sa largest side. Okay. So, next. Next question. Hmm. Consider the figure below. Find the measure of angle 3. Okay, so alright, so here is a figure. So, meron tayong given na degree measure which is 114 degrees na nasa labas na nung triangle. Like, nandun siya sa isang nandun siya, supplement siya nung angle 1. And ito, you might notice this line, but if meron tayong if meron tayong ganito, two segments na mayroong same na number ng guhit, same number of lines, same marks na lang para safer. So pag parehas sila ng marks, ibig sabihin yan equal sila. So ibig sabihin equal yung length, equal yung equal to at ito. Equal siya at equal to. Now, how does that help? Okay, first, hanapin muna natin yung mahahanap natin. As we can see, we have angle 1 here. Sino sa inyo may idea kung paano kunin si angle 1? Anyone? Okay, someone's raising their hand. Venchi, kung sino ka man. You, gets ko yung point mo, isusubtract siya from 180. Since this is a straight angle, these are supplementary. Okay. So, point out natin, this is equal to 180 degrees. And to get angle 1, you need to subtract 114 degrees minus 180 degrees to get angle 1, which is 66 degrees. Okay. Now, how do we proceed from here? We still don't know angle 2 and we still don't know angle 3. Hindi pa natin sila alam. Pero, baka may kinalaman tong sinabi ko kanina. Na equal sila. Kapag, kasi, kapag meron tayong equal na sides, okay, so if this is equal, consequently, equal din yung angles nila. What angles? Yung opposite angles. Opposite angles natin ay equal. So, kung ano yung angle na katapat ng side na to, equal siya sa angle na katapat ng side na to, which is this one. So, kung equal sila, titingnan natin yung katapat. Ang katapat nito is this one. And ang katapat nito is this one. Dahil equal tong dalawa, equal din tong dalawa. Can we apply it in this case? So, oo. Equal to dito. Meaning, yung angle opposite dito, which is angle 2, is equal sa angle opposite nito, which is angle 1. And from there, we can deduce that angle 1 equals angle 2. But, alam na natin si angle 1, di ba? Alam na natin si angle 1. So, that has to be the same as angle 1, which is 66 degrees. So, meron na tayong value nito. So, ito is 66 degrees. Ito ay 66 degrees. So, what is missing? The only one missing is angle 3 na lang. What do you mean 72 both sides? Teka, paano 57? Hindi. Hindi. Ang equal dyan would be yung, di ba nga, same mark sila. Maging equal sila, ang maging equal dyan is yung katapat nilang angle. But since we already know this is 66, 66 ito, 66 na din to. And how do we get angle 3? Angle 3 is yung difference when 180 subtracted by the other two angles, di ba? Subtract natin to, kasi di ba ang sum nilang tatlo is 180. Alam na natin itong dalawa. So to get the third one, we need to subtract the other two angles, which are 66 parehas. And that is equal to 48 degrees. 180 minus 66 is 112. 114, sorry. And 114 minus 66 is 48. Naiintindihan po ba natin? Okay. Usually, kapag ganon, like, may given na ibang angle, usually naman may given na ibang angle kapag hindi sila equal. kailangan may given na ibang angle diyan or something else. Basta that may given yon. In this case, hindi na niya kailangan ng isa pang angle kasi nga, meron na naman tayong alam na equal. Okay. Now, this is for you to try. Mm, okay. On your own, try to find the value of x. So, yan, yung wala tayong equality, pero may binigay na other angle, which is 34. Paano natin makukuha yung x? Sa tingin ninyo? Alright, kindly give it a try. I'll give you until 7, 7:30. Chat nyo lang kung anong sagot nyo ha. Alright, so I'll let someone explain here. Gusto nyo ba mag-explain? Sinong gusto who would volunteer to explain your answer? Wala? Tingnan na natin kung 52, 86, 94 degrees to. Dahil 180 yung sum niya, dapat 94 to. Now, kailangan natin i-subtract ito sa 180 to get x. So, x equals 180 minus 94 minus 34, which is 52. Very good. So, 52 yung value ni x. Another thing na kinoconsider natin sa triangles is yung walang kamatayan nating Pythagorean theorem. But in this case, gagamit lang tayo ng gagamitin lang natin siya sa mga problems and sa word problems. So, example, this one, okay, so 5, wait lang, no. So, problem A, so, i-divide natin ito into two problems. Problem A, alright, so, item A, find the value of the missing side, and B, find the perimeter of the triangle. So, So, alam natin na unknown to, so we can let this be x. So, we have 10 squared plus x squared equals 26 squared. And then we have 100 plus x squared equals 676. So, yung mga multiplication na, yung mga ano, yung mga square na yan, hindi ko na ini-explain ha. I assume, kayang-kaya nyo namang anuhin to. And then we have x squared. Subtract natin, we get 576. Ngayon, ang main difficulty dito is getting the square root of 576. Mas maganda kung ipa-factor out muna natin siya. So, ano ba mga factors si 576? 576, obviously, divisible to by 2 or actually 4 nga eh. Mas maganda nga kung 4 na yung gagawin nating ano. Pag finactor out natin yan, so 4, tas 144 at 144, tapos obviously divisible na naman yun by 4. So 36, tas 4, then 9. Bale, meron kang 2 raised to 6. Dalawang 2 to eh. Then 3. Dalawang 3. So 2 raised to 6 times 3 squared. Then x equals 2 cubed ay, wait lang. Square root nito. 2 raised to 6 times 3 squared. And pag nagsisquare root tayo, dinidivide natin yung exponent by 2. So this becomes 2 cubed times 3. So anong x natin? Yung missing side natin is 2 cubed times 3 which is 24. Alright, tama. Kagaya yung sinasabi ni Iken Kirstensen de la Peña. Tama siya. 24 yon. And pag nakuha mo na yan, madali nang isagutan si B. Madali na nating masasagutan si B kasi nakuha na natin si A. Ang bilang naman natin is pag-plusin lang naman natin, ipag-add lang naman natin yung sides which gives us 16. Is this clear? Okay, so dun tayo sa next. So ito, isang problem na meron tayo. A rectangle has diagonal 13 and width 5. Find the area of the rectangle. So, kung 13 yung diagonal natin, tapos 5 yung width. Okay, so, ito yung itsura ng rectangle natin. Something like this. So, ang diagonal has length 13 and the width has length 5. Hindi natin alam yung length. First of all, hindi natin alam yung length. Kasi ang kailangan sa area, di ba, if we can recall, area is length times width. So, this means na ano, kailangan si L. And how do we get L? Remember, kung meron tayong length ng diagonal, and then meron tayong width, it's almost like we have a right triangle here. And from there, we can use the Pythagorean theorem. 5 squared plus L squared equals 13 squared. So 25 plus L squared equals 169. L squared is 144. And L equals 12. And therefore, meron na tayo, meron tayong triple. Actually, mas maganda kung matatandaan niyo yung mga combination ng whole integers na side lengths ng right triangles. So, kagaya ng 3, 4, and 5, 5, 12, 13, 8, 15, 17, and so on and so forth. So, yan. Anong area ng rectangle natin? Length times width, which is just 12 times 5, 60. Is this clear? Okay, next. So, okay na tayo na ano, natakal na natin yung inequality, Pythagorean, natakal na rin natin yung ano, yung angle chasing natin. What else can we discuss sa triangles? Yung kung paano kunin yung area. So there are several ways to get the area of a triangle. And I think one of these na hindi natin masyadong natatakel is the Heron's formula, which is yung general case kapag given yung sides. Okay. Now, page 4. Given a triangle with side lengths 4, 6, and 8, find its area. So, ano lang naman to? Medyo formula based siya, pero kailangan nyo matandaan yung pattern sa formula natin. So, ang formula ng area ng isang triangle given sides A, B, and C, and a semi-perimeter, this is what we call a semi-perimeter. Pag sinabing semi, half ng perimeter. So, semi-perimeter natin is, wait lang, alright, it's called Heron's formula. Alright, so, Heron's formula, Heron as in the animal na Heron. So, we have side length. So, itong mga given na to ay side lengths. So, the area is square root of S times S minus A times S minus B times S minus C. So, ang first step natin is to get S muna. So, paano natin kukunin si S? In this problem, ang S natin is 4 plus 6 plus 8 all over 2, which is 18 over 2. Equal yan sa 9. And ang area is, plug in natin, 9 times, kahit hindi naman dyan si A, B, and C, hindi naman mababago yung sagot. So, gawin na lang natin in order para mas, mas consistent. Ang A natin is 4, ang B natin is 6, and ang C natin is 8. And this is equal to square root of 9 times 5 times 3 times 1. And pwede natin ilabas na si 9, which is 3. Then square root of 5 times 3. Yung 1, wala naman niyang bearing. So, ang area ng ating triangle is 3 square root of 15. So, clear po ba? Malinaw po ba sa atin to? So, that is how you get the area of a triangle using Heron's formula. So, di naman ito masyadong tinatanong, pero kailangan pa rin, siguro mga ganyan lang, kasi saan mga ba siya ginagamit? Ginagamit siya sa geometry, sa triangles. Now, hmm, wait lang. So, okay na tayo sa area. Meron pa ba? Linis ko sa ba yun? Wait lang. Mismo ko, okay, parang hindi ata. Okay, so, ngayon proceed na tayo sa, so okay na tayo sa triangles. So far, any questions muna before we proceed? May mga tanong ba kayo? Okay lang po ba medyo off topic tanong about trigo po on arc sine po yung tanong. Alright, we'll get to trigo in a while naman. So, later na lang natin siya i-discuss. So, I think that, so, ang second half ng ating lecture would be about, would be about, I mean, second part pala, hindi second half, would be about circles. So, meron naman tayong sa circles, three major topics. Yung parts ng circle, yung yung mga kung paano kunin yung mga dimensions, and yung Cartesian equation niya. So, here's an example. So, So, backtrack lang tayo. Ayusin ko 'to ang ano niya. Okay, so so a circle centered at O, then nomenclature lang tayo ng points dito, and then F. Okay, so and then G. So, here, meron tayong mga ilang tanong. So, first, alin dito yung ano, ilang radii yung meron tayo? How many radii do we have? Anyone? Ilan yung radius na meron tayo? So, we have 1 dito, 2 dito, 3 dito, and 4 dito. So, total of 4. Meron tayong 4 na radius. How about diameter? We have 1, which is this one. Pag sinabi namang chord, so, sulit muna natin, yung mga radius, ano yung mga radii natin? Radii natin is OA, OB, OD, OG. How about chords? Meron tayong dalawa. Dalawa actually. It's DE and DE. DE and ED. How about diameter? Dun sa, ang diameter is largest chord. So, ang chord ay segment from any 2 points in the circle, any 2 distinct points in the circle, and the diameter is the largest possible chord in a circle. In this case, si AD yun. Kasi, siya yung chord passing through the center. So, ang center natin is O. Then, tangent. Tangent is CF. Si CF lang naman yung tangent dito. Nothing else. So, yun. Recall lang tayo ng mga fundamentals natin. Now, next is yung kung paano kukunin yung mga circumference and areas. So, recall lang tayo. So, so given tayo ng ano, circle centered at O, a circle centered at O. Now, here are some questions. So, anong tawag nga dito? Ang tawag dito is an arc. Di ba? So this is what we call an arc. Now, here's the thing. So, dapat nandito si B. Medyo ibaba namin siya. Yan. So, it would look like this. Okay, so, question number 1. A, B, CD inside the circle. If arc cross lang. Draw lang ako ng additional. Draw lang ako ng extra lines dito. Picture of angle C. Okay, so ito mo lang tatlo. So kita natin yung ano, yung figure. Adjust ko lang siya ng konti. So that visible din yung problem natin as well. So, given a circle with center O and these points inside the circle, so iba-ibang tanong to, magkakabukod na tanong to, so wag niyo masyadong kaisipin yung kung connected sila. So, letter A, if arc AB is 103 degrees, find the measure of angle AOB. So, sa letter A, madali lang yan. Kapag sinasubtend ng arc itong central angle na to, equal lang sila. So, they're just equal. So, meaning, ang arc AB natin is just equal to angle AOB. And since alam na natin 103 siya, 103 yung sagot. Mabilis lang siya. Now, letter B, if arc BC equals 75 degrees, and the radius of the circle, of yun, sorry, na-typo. Radius of the circle is 6. Find the length of arc BC. So, dito tayo may kailangang i-recall. So, ang arc length is equal to the circumference times theta over 360. So, circumference siya times theta over 360, where theta is the angle. Or, para mas madaling tandaan, 2 pi r theta divided by 360. So, ngayon, ang radius natin is 6. And ang measure ng angle is 75. So, we have ang arc BC natin has length 2 times pi times 6 times 75 divided by 360. So, nakakancel natin yung ano dito, yung ilan dito? 6 and 75, 450 siya. Times 2, 900. So, cancel tayo. 7, 75, pwede i-cancel si 15, leaving us with 24. And pwede cancel si 6, magiging 4 na lang siya. And pwede i-cancel si 2, magiging 2 na lang to. So, 5 pi over 2. Ang measure ni arc BC. So, ang sagot sa letter B is 5 pi over 2. Letter C naman tayo. If angle COD, so ito is 38 degrees, find the measure of angle CBD. Now, for problem C, ito yung isa pa natin kailangan tandaan. For problem C, si CBD is an inscribed angle. Angle of arc CD. And kapag ganito, na-inscribe angle siya, half siya nung central angle na katapat niya. So, ang central angle is COD. And CBD is an inscribed angle. So, we can then say that angle CBD is equal to angle COD over 2, which is 38 degrees over 2. So, ang CBD is 19 degrees. Is this clear? Okay. So, may additional questions pa tayo dyan. Ngayon, ang na-discuss na natin is yung sa arc. Okay na tayo sa arc. Then sa, ano yung kasunod? Sa arc length. Na-discuss na rin natin kung paano kumuha ng arc length. Na-discuss na rin natin kung paano kumuha ng inscribed angle. So, ang next naman dito would be yung sector, segment, and kung paano kumuha ng chord using distance from the center. So, kaso, kailangan natin ng concept ng trigonometry para makuha yung area ng isang triangle given yung angle in degrees. So, i-discuss natin yon in a while. Bale, for now, we'll proceed with some other. A circle has radius 10, and what is the area of a sector of the circle that measures 45 degrees? So a circle has radius 10. What is the area of a sector of the circle that measures 45 degrees? So, is, ang formula ng area ng sector is yung area ng circle times theta over 360 uli. So, in this case, pi r squared naman yung ating pi r squared theta over 360. So, kung kanina, 2 pi r theta over 360, dito naman pi r squared. Ngayon, ang meron tayo is yung radius, which is 10, square natin yan, and 45 over 360 degrees. Cancelan si 10, we're left with 10. Cancelan si 9, we're left with 4. And we're left with 5 here. Cancelan si 10 uli, we're left with 5. And cancel natin, and we're left with 2 naman dito. So, ang area is 25 pi over 2. So, that is the area of a sector that measures 45 degrees. So, is this clear? Naiintindihan po ba natin? Alright, so tayo naman muna mag-try. Kayo naman muna yung mag-try sa natin. So given tong circle na to, and arc AB measures 112 degrees. Find the area of the shaded region. Ang given naman dito, diameter is 9. Anyone? Possible po ba makuha ang arc sign without a calculator? Hmm, sa special angles, oo. Pwede mo siya makuha. Isa sa questions hindi cut nung sa the arc sign negative one-third. Pinapahanap yung exact value. Pag pinapahanap yung exact value, hindi siya possible without a calculator. Pero pag nakalagay lang naman siya sa choices, like ganyan talaga, yan na yun. Pinapahanap yung exact value niya. Approximation. Tanda mo kaya yung buong problem? Kasi parang, kasi parang hindi naman ata siya possible. Hmm. If I will, kung ako ang kung ako kung ang tatanungin, I think kung hindi siya madadaan sa kung hindi siya madadaan sa calculus, since may choices naman siya, the best way is to use an educated guess. Knowing arc sign, negative siya kapag negative yung angle. So we're expecting a negative answer. Kung negative one-third yung nasa loob, dapat negative din yung sagot dun nung angle. Now, as for which of the values yon, discuss natin mamaya. So far, sino nakakuha nung nung sa area ng shaded region natin? Anyone? Alright, 1 minute. I'll reveal the solution na. So, wala nagtatry. Bale, since our diameter is 9, ang radius natin would be 9/2, di ba? And we're going to just use itong pi r squared theta over 360. Literal na plug and play lang talaga siya. So, we have pi times 9/2 squared times 112 all over 360. Then, pwede na i-cancel to. So, pwede na i-simplify to. We have 81 over 4 pi times 112 over 360. Cancel natin to, cancel natin to get 28. Then cancel din natin ulit ito to get 7 and then 90. Pwede natin ito i-cancel to get 9 and 10. And we're left with 63. 9 times 7 is 63 pi over 10. Is this clear? So, yan yung area ng shaded region. Now, sa trigonometry naman tayo. So, ang kailangan natin tandaan lang sa trigonometry is yung conversion from degrees to radians. So, all right. So, here, convert 144 degrees into radians and how many degrees is 5 pi over 4 radians? So, importante nating malaman yung ano dito, yung conversion. Ang angle natin in degrees. So, ang angle in degrees times pi over 180 degrees is the angle in radians. And ang angle in radians times, kabalik naman nito, 180 degrees over pi equals the angle in degrees. Ay, wait lang, nakamute ako. Sorry. Na-mute pala ako. So, yun. Meron tayo ditong problem. So, conversion tayo ng 144 degree. So conversion tayo ng degrees to radians and radians to degrees. So, yan yung dalawa nating formula. So, last na naman to for now. Last na naman to for now. So, yan yung formula natin. So, first problem. Convert 144 degrees into radians. So, 144 is 144 times pi over 180. So, cancel natin magka-cancel tayo dito. And upon simplifying, we get 4 pi over 5 radians. So, ito ang sagot sa una nating problem. Is this clear? Alright. Dito naman sa 5 pi over 4 radians, pabaliktad naman yung gagawin natin. 5 pi over 4 times 180 degrees over over pi. So, makakancel dito si pi and makakancel din dito si 4, leaving us with 45 degrees. And 5 times 45 is 225 degrees. So, that is how you convert from degrees to radians. Any questions? May questions po ba tayo? Next. Okay, so if none, bale, ano na tayo? Proceed na tayo sa next problem. A wheel spins with ah, wait. Um, and so last problem set for today. A wheel spins for 3.4 revolutions. If the wheel has radius 8 centimeters, how many degrees did the wheel spin? So, recall natin. So, recall natin, ilan ba degrees ang isang revolution? Everyone? Ilang degrees ang isang revolution? Recall na 360 degrees ang isang revolution. And by conversion, we have 3.4 revolution times 360 degrees per revolution. We get 1,224 degrees. Pag nag-multiply tayo, we get 1,224 degrees. So, it's a matter of multiplication lang. So, okay na tayo sa letter A. Is this clear? Clear naman? Now, let's proceed with letter C. C yung sasagutan ko this time. How far did the wheel travel? So, gagamitin na natin dito yung radius na 8. So, gamitin natin yung radius dito na 8. Remember, 3.4 revolutions yon. So, meaning, umikot siya 3 and 4/10. So, ibig sabihin, nakatatlong circle siya and 0.4. So, nakatatlong ikot siya and 0.4. Now, to get the distance, kailangan natin kunin yung number of revolutions times circumference ng circle. And ang number of revolutions natin is 3.4. And the circumference is 2 pi times the radius, which is 8. So practically, this is just 3.4 times 2 times 8, which is 54.4, and then pi centimeters. So that is the answer for letter C. Ang formula para malaman kung gaano kalayo yung tinravel ng wheel is number of revolutions. Siyempre, ganun kalayo yung iikot niya. And times circumference, which is yung makukuha nating distance sa isang ikot. So, is everything clear? Any questions? None? If no questions, so ito pabaon kong exercise sa inyo. Try to answer letter B. So, nakuha na natin yung degrees, di ba? Yung degree measure niya, 1,224 degrees. So, for the remaining 4 minutes, ano yung 1,224 degrees in radians? So, recall natin, ito yung formula natin in radian, from degrees to radians. Tatimes natin sa pi over 180. So, what is the answer for problem B? Anyone? 3.4 revolutions. Ang 3.4 revolutions is correct. 34 over 5 pi is correct. So yun, I think that would be everything for this session. I hope may mga natutunan kayo. Nasend ko na sa GC yung mga files related to this session. So that's all. Thank you.